shoot, I never updated Twitch. I guess I need to go do that real quick. Sorry guys, we will be up and running in a minute. This multi-stream thing has a few extra steps and I'm still getting used to it. Didn't have it all set up for ready to go. Hi Tim, welcome to the stream. I think I'm about ready to go. All right. Don't think there's anything else. Actually, hold on. Sorry guys, something with work came up real quick. I'll be starting in like about a minute. It's always something. Alright. Until I get all this like work stuff, you know, super late after I'm done at work when I'm already putting in all these hours. But anyway, let's finally get this started. I'm trying to remember exactly what setup I want to do. Wait, did I get... Good. Yeah, Wings of the Goddess was by far the worst expansion in my opinion. Worse than even the little mini expansions that I don't even think people bother doing, because you only get like level 75 customized gear. And besides getting something that's movement speed, or I know, is it like the body piece is decent if you get it set up for core for shots, because you can get it so it's like shots times are down and stuff. Yeah, other than that, yeah, like, I definitely think Wings of the Goddess is also the only expansion I haven't even finished on my main character. I've only done the bare minimum you need to do on her. I need to finish at some point, because it's like I have Summoner and I don't even use Kate Sith, because I haven't finished Wings yet, so... No, that's fine. I totally get what you're saying. Alright, before we jump in, I just want to make sure I know exactly what trust, because doing this at 118 gear, time is going to be the crunch. Oh. Should have done this before. I set my wyvern out. Fight the girl with the floating gears around her. I don't even remember that mission. Girl with the floating gears. It's been a while since I've done, what was it though? Treasures, expansion. Treasures was weird. I'm not saying it was bad. I mean, one of the best things about Treasures is it brought a lot of different and interesting content. Because we got, was it Nizzle? Trying to think what else. Salvage. What other? There was another event. Oh. I mean, Besieged was always somewhat fun. Trying to think what other events. And Sublime. Alright, so I think I want to go with August. August, Iroha. Yeah. Puru, Koromoro, and Shantato, I think is my setup that I want to do for this. Yeah, and her jar. Where? Alright, I really need to go. So I need all Transcendence. Okay, nice. That shouldn't be too bad. No! Good. Well, we need to start anyway. Oh, okay. I vaguely remember the fight. I still don't remember, like I said, gears being all around her. I do remember, yeah, that you had Nadja have the one fight with you, and yeah, if she dies, you lose. I do remember that. It's been so long. Afraid of that. These first couple rooms, I'm trying just to ideally clear and then move on. Man, that view. Nice. I mean, basically just some trusts will go when you see FTP, but there's very few. Other ones will just go after you or someone weapon skill. A vast majority of trusts typically try and skill chain with you after the fact. Like, Z2, Iroha, well, Iroha 2 mainly, Shantato, I'm trying to even think other ones that I mainly use. Typically after you weapon skill, they'll weapon skill, and they typically are only going to do 2 or 3. I can't remember. Let's see. This one, she will actually open skill chains for you, but you do need to open with a skill chain. I mean, you don't need to do a weapon skill first, and after you do a weapon skill, she'll then try and open that. She'll also close. But when you get like about 100 TP, she will open the skill chain with weapon skill that will chain with that one, if that makes sense. So I mean, you really just need to be... Ah, shoot. And I might be dead now. Yep. Especially... Shoot. Just because of that bad pathing. This is why I want to do multiple runs. We could still potentially salvage this, but... So, I mean, all you really need to do is basically do weapon skills, and they should, you know, like I said, basically work with you. That really sucks, because I'm not going to have Call Wyvern. Now this run might be done. See if we can salvage it. Just to review, so no one thinks I'm doing anything kind of crazy, just my gear. Obviously I'm not doing any macros to change it. It's all pretty crappy low tier gear. You definitely should not be doing this with this low tier of gear. But proving that it's feasible. How much was it even hitting me for? Interesting. The Sweetwater Tigers were hitting me harder than the Fly, and it's a Transcendent. So I need like at least 500 HP, which I'm not getting. Yeah, this run's gonna be a bust. What do I want the big announcement to be? That's the thing. I haven't even really... I mean, I've thought a little bit, but in terms of trying to guess what it is, I don't know. The fact that they're like, oh, we're going to do something big and then have it like I can't remember, was it 3 or 4 years out is a little absurd and ridiculous. But, my guess would be that they actually are planning and trying to do some sort of an expansion. Which I think would be great if they actually do an expansion. I think that would give some influx of life to the game. My only thing is, if you're gonna do that, don't raise the level cap. Keep it at 119. We've had enough. We've had enough vertical progression in this game. This game has always performed best when it's at horizontal progression. Alright, well, if we're gonna lose anyway, we might as well go for it. Go for broke. I don't even think we can pull this thing in a minute and kill it. Really? Son of a... Yep, we're done. For the Dragoon, I have no job points, and that's kind of the point. I could put job points in, but I've literally put in nothing for this, because the point is to try and do it as a, you know, basically minimalist. So if we go and look, like I have 14 job points, but you see I've put nothing in, and I don't plan to put any job points in for Dragoon anytime soon. At least until I complete a lot of the content that I want to do as minimalist type thing. In terms of merits, I don't even remember. Let's look what I did. And this is possibly not even optimal, but so yeah, 5 in jump and high jump recast, because they're definitely good. Deep breathing, which I don't really use. I should probably. What is it? Handgun, which I should be using. I should go get the spears or whatever to use that, and I don't even remember what this is. Oh yeah, it copies the beneficial effects. So yeah, because I don't really care about increasing the wyvern breath. Could probably take some out of deep breathing. I would like to keep deep breathing, but probably don't need 5 in it. Put 5 in this. And maybe some more in this, because increasing the number of effects copied and experience points, so that way your wyvern's leveling up and hitting harder, would all be good things. So I mean, I could make adjustments in that, but that's where that is. So nothing really game-breaking. Okay, then yeah, 2022. Yeah, so 3 years. I mean, they could. That would be really cool. I'm not sure how feasible that is, but if that's what they're working, to just like upgrade everything, that would actually be amazing. Like I said, that seems like too much of a pain, plus that would require hardware and other things. Since it is PC only, on, you know, modern PCs, because considering the requirements that's really needed to run 11 on PCs is a joke at this point. So, and it wouldn't be hard at all for any modern PC to run it, even if they update it. That would be actually really cool, and I'd love to see that, but I don't know. I think that would be extremely difficult to do, but I mean, is it possible? The other thing is, I think they only have 2 guys working on it, developing it, so could 2 guys pull that off? Possible. I don't think it's likely, because I think they're like focusing on other things, but maybe. And that's the other thing. So if they re-release it, are they re-releasing the game? Like, so kind of like, oh, the game's all updated and you have to start over? Because I don't think people would like that. And I don't think that's what they're doing. Or is it just going to be updating graphics and everything else with the engine? And the question is then what does that look like on the client side? As someone who deals on IT, I mean, it's totally possible, but that would be a lot. And it would be interesting to see what you'd have to update. It would be a very, very large update. Kind of like be a throwback to back in the days when an update would come out and it would take you hours before you could get back online. Alright, second try, because only takes one little screw up, especially at this low level, to just get utterly destroyed. Really? Oh shoot, I didn't pop a flying sushi and should have done that outside. Now, a remake would be really cool. I know a lot of people have been asking for a remake. Just knowing in terms of technology, that would be extremely difficult. Like I said, it's definitely possible. I didn't even see. Okay, 10 Sweetwater. Okay, we can do that. Whoops. This is a dangerous area. Ah! That on my part just broke up the skill chain, so that's no more magic curses. I even lost count. What, like 6? So I was gonna get that transcended, and I don't have time to deal with them right now. There it is. Nice. Ooh, all transcendence. Okay, as long as I can get them. Where's... Those magic bursts. Hello. Boom. Ugh. Alright, I guess we just need to wait. Let me clear out some of these leeches. One eye on that beetle. Perfect. really need to dispel. What are you doing, Koromoro? At this point, not going to do anything. The row, I think, is going to self-skill chain. Yep. Nice. So at this point, I'm just going to keep killing here. So yeah, in Spark's gear, we're making it to the final room. So now it's just a matter of, let's see, like, how many mobs we can kill. So extremely rough, but you can do it. Actually, you know, solo card farm in Spark's gear. I do not recommend it, but you could. You could very early on, as long as you, cleared out Rhapsody missions, even if you haven't quite gotten to 119, you could very easily and early on start card farming and start working on at least getting +2 AF. I honestly didn't think you had any chance. I thought just accuracy just wouldn't be enough. The right trust setups, it's definitely feasible. Zero. I was asked earlier if you look. I mean, I have job points, but here, I haven't put any in, because that's the whole point. See? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, even though I have 15 points I could put in, and I'm not gonna put any job points into this job anytime soon, because I'm basically using this job to essentially see, you know, put myself at the lowest gear possible that a new player at 99 could very easily, like, if you hit 99, there's no reason you shouldn't immediately go get a Bayld Weapon and then get Spark's gear. There's really no excuse that you can't get to gear of this tier, you know, as soon as you hit 99, or very soon after hitting 99. So that's kind of the whole point of me doing this, to see, you know, bottom tier, because my accessories are garbage. Like spike necklace +1, you could easily get that. Assault earring, easy to get. Spike earring, level 55, easy to get. This, I mean, obviously you have to go through COP to get this, but again, it's nothing that mind-blowing at 99 at this point. Werewolf belt, that's cheap. Nomad's mantle, all cheap, easy to get stuff. I'm using cold grip, and I need to actually go. Dead, but... So like everything here is very extremely easy to obtain as soon as you hit 99. So how many mobs are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to think how many was left in the first room. We didn't kill any of the Transcendents, and I think there was 4 left. Because that's the whole point. The point is to try and do this minimalist. I mean, even having merits in is technically not minimalist, but I mean, it's not that hard to at least cap job merits. Now, to be fair, I do have, like, the rest of merits capped. So I'm getting some from HP, all attributes plus 15. And this takes a little bit to get all this in. So, I mean, that is somewhat relevant. But again, the reason I don't feel too bad about it is, especially like with my accessories and stuff, you could very easily obtain gear that would make up that difference. And again, like I said, it's not hard to hit cap on your job merits at this point. So it's not exactly minimalist, and I could go in and take the merits out, but that's kind of a waste. So I'm not gonna do that, but it's still the point. You can definitely do this quite early, and you should have most of your merits and stuff by the time you actually are even able to enter Omen, because you have to do a decent amount of all the different story missions before you can even finish what was it, Rhapsody of Vana'diel, and you have to finish Rhapsody of Vana'diel before you can do Omen. So it's not like, oh, you hit 99 and you can just let me go start card farming. You can't even do that. So yeah, you can. There's, if you get enough of, the deeds, there's, eventually you're going to be able to get +2 gear, so you wouldn't even need cards to get the +2, but that's, like, really high in terms of deeds points. Like, that's going to take you, like, I don't know, probably 7 months worth of, and that's if you get all the deeds points. And some of that stuff isn't easy to do, because it's like certain high-tier battles where you have to have done the normal battle, and then you can go and do that. Not that, like I said, it's difficult content, but it's having access to that content. So, it is a fair amount of work to even be able to do all of the deed stuff at the end of the month. Or for the month, I mean, not the end of the month. The other thing about it is it would be hard, like, you're not likely gonna you would easily have, well, I mean, not everyone have a Puru, not that you need to have a Puru. Like, Kupipi could fill in, you would just have to dismiss and resummon when MP runs low. August wouldn't be easy to obtain, but you could fill in with another tank trust, just wouldn't be as good. And Shantato, while easy to get if she's available, she's very rarely available. So it's like, unless you're a new player coming back and she's available, you might not have access to her. And she's a big part in what's allowing me to push through this. Because, you know, getting multiple K magic bursts whenever a skill chain goes off is just helps destroy the mobs. Like, what did she do? Yeah. Like, look at this. Double magic burst right there for that you threw out that quick for over 13,000 damage. That's why when I've had people like argue with me that Shantato isn't the best DD trust, if again all things being equal, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She utterly destroys everything. I remember someone was trying to argue, they're like, oh well, Zed's a powerhouse if you buff him. Yeah, and if I get like a Corsair putting up magic attack and get a Geo, you know, again, putting up magic attack, she could, like, no one can fucking touch her. Again, if all things are equal. Obviously, if you're going against something that just resists magic, there's no point in having her. But she is by far, in my opinion, the best damage trust in the game. Yeah, that's the other thing, is she does die extremely easy. Like, Shantato does get her ass kicked, and she will go down really, really quick. That is definitely true. Should weapon skill first before I spirit linked. Oh well. But like I said, she is a powerhouse, though. And she never runs out of MP, considering she only casts tier 1 spells. Unlike other Black Mage Trusts that typically burn through their MP really quickly. Miss. Dang, I like can't hit with any of my jumps. I'm trying to think, so if I didn't have August, easy trust to use. So essentially it's done the full thing. Maybe I'll try and swap out. Try another trust. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I think she sucks. Gorilla, he's okay. Don't really use trying. Gesho's. I like Gesho, but that's more because, one, he doesn't take much damage being a ninja, and two, he's got like a ridiculous war cry that gives you a boatload of attack that lasts like 3 minutes. I'm not even sure I've ever used him. This is a starter trust. She's really good, the Rune Fencer tank, but she's also not easy to obtain. Not hard, but again, not always available. I go with her Howl. Try that next time to see how it goes. Hopefully we can make it at least to Ladybug. just realized I should have set. I never set any record to eminence. Uh-oh. Yeah, I like the music that they have for Omen, but I don't exactly feel it's appropriate for the content. Like, I think it's good. I definitely, like, enjoy the music for Omen, but it doesn't quite fit with what's going on. I kind of wonder why they made the decision for it and didn't just use it for, like, battle music elsewhere. Like I said, I do like it. I think it's good, but it just doesn't fit in my opinion. Dream flower. I'm glad next month was it the XP bonus is back. Really? How? What? How? Okay. Wow. These lizards must be like utterly blind. I don't understand why switching streaming platforms would change which games you're playing. I think he's gonna keep doing the same thing he's done into games, or just switch his platform just because, you know, Microsoft wanted to, you know, find some, you know, popular person that they thought would help pull more people to the streaming platform. I don't even see him, like, back behind me. so since this run's almost over, we'll try it again with a tank that will be much more accessible, and I'll also use like Kupipi, since people might not happen to have a Kuru. And we'll see how we perform. Definitely, I do think it's cool though to see that you can definitely do this in Sparks gear. Although again, as I said before, definitely not recommended. How do you farm cards? Well, basically when you enter Omen, you're given a list of objectives. Every floor, or every different, like, area you go to, well, not every. So the first 2 rooms you go to, you will have 3 objectives to try and hit. You don't have to do these objectives. But doing them will accumulate, that's what it'll say, points. After you've hit like 5 objectives, I think it's 5, you'll get a card. And then in like the room I'm at now, I don't even remember, it's something like 10 objectives that they give you. So you have 3 minutes to complete the objectives in the first rooms, and I think you have 5 minutes in this room. It's 5 or 6, that sucks. Amnesia. So just by completing those objectives that come up, you, like I said, you'll eventually keep getting cards just by clearing the objectives. It also counts for the objectives that are required to clear the floor. Those count as points too. You also can just, like, randomly from killing mobs get cards, but that is, like, substantially lower. You might at best only get 1, maybe 2 cards from, like, full clearing a run. And I'm not even in this gear gonna be like, I don't know, I'll have to go and assess and kind of count. Maybe go afterwards. I'm probably killing more than half the mobs in this gear. I don't think much more. I'm probably not clearing more than 60%. These bugs are so annoying during the daytime. Let's see if we can get one more. Not if I keep missing. Jeez. No. Now with amnesia, nope. Yeah, it runs over. So with starting a fresh run, it'll be much better to show you how you get cards. I'll be able to point it out. Alright, so we're going to switch up August and Apuru and see how it goes. Because the rest of the trusts you can easily obtain. Because Iroha you'll definitely obtain just from going through Rhapsody. And even getting access to that. Koromor is easy to get. There's multiple ways you can get him. Kupipi is extremely easy to get. Shantato is easy to get, but again, not always available, so... but definitely if you're only in this tier of gear, you're more than likely not going to have August. And then, like, Apuro is just if you happen to be with a different unity. Hi Koji, welcome to the stream. Dig out some soul, or not soul, Sublime Sushi. There's a fair amount of people here. It is just Thursday night, and I'm not sure if some people are off watching, you know, what was it, preseason NFL. Yeah, I haven't been too much of a fan of Asura lately. I'm actually kind of just fed up that there's more shouts for either RMT or people trying to merc and sell stuff than there is for actually doing content. And yeah, because when I first came here over a year ago, it wasn't like that. It was like constant content shouts. And now it's constant, oh, buy or sell this, or RMT spamming to go to whatever stupid effing website to buy Gil. So I've been debating about switching. I might actually server jump next time there's a discount to server transfer. I don't know. At this point, my top picks would either be probably Odin or Bahamut. Just because I'd want to go to somewhat of a popular, or not popular, but, you know, a server that has more people. So I can actually do pickup groups and stuff. I'm going to go with him. But I mean, before I would make a decision, I would do a bunch of research. I wouldn't just do it all, you know. willy-nilly, but I mean, from my understanding, Bahamut and Odin are the, I don't know which order, but one's the number 2 and one's the number 3 in terms of server population. It's just now, since there's been a huge influx with 11 coming back, like, RMT's just been running freaking rampant, and it's just absurd. It was funny, it wasn't even that long ago, I got an email on my YouTube channel basically being like, oh, we would like you to sponsor us, and we'd, like, they wanted to pay me essentially money to promote their website for, RMT, because they're like, oh, we know you're, like, popular for 11 and stuff, so we want you to try and advertise for our website. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Do you even know who you're talking to? So I am, like, so anti-RMT, it's not even funny. Like, nope, that's not happening. No, Asura is the most populated by far. Asura is by far has the most dense population, but that's the problem. Because of that, that's where all the mercenaries and all the RMT and sadly, it's like people don't even seem to want to do content. They just want to buy content. So. Like I said, like a year ago when I came to the server, like constant, just constant shouts for content. And now, like before I server jump, I'm gonna make a video about it, and I will actually make a video showing like the yells happening and stuff, and literally show like the ratio in terms of content, and just like I'll probably gray out the people's names. Just so I'm not like promoting any one thing, but just like literally show just the, you know, absurdity that's going on at this point. So like I said, when I first server jumped here from Valifor, like now it was good. It was like I've made multiple what is it, Aeonic weapons off of my main character, all from just shout groups. Already tapped. I don't even know, what am I supposed to do? I got so distracted. I don't even know what the objective is to clear. But anyway, whoever was asking about it, so like I missed out that like the one objective here, so like cure, you know, 510 times, that would be one. See, I didn't do it since time ran out. Oh, Transcendence. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to do with the time remaining. Oh, I mean, wherever I would go, I would definitely research and figure out whatever. But I mean, even if stuff's expensive, it's not hard to make gil. And if stuff's expensive there, that means you're going to make more money per stuff you're farming anyway. It kind of balances out. I mean, I know you can make money by server transferring and stuff like that, and I know some people do that. I needed to resummon Kupipi, I didn't do that. You can see, what is it, this tank's getting wrecked compared to August. That sucks. This is definitely a lot more rough on my support. Ooh, that transcendence close. Screw it. Let's go get him. Ah! Sweet. The TP is once again tapped. Talk about coming down to the wire. It depends. So the first all monsters. Well, I'm not clearing this then. All right. Do the best we can. So, if I remember correctly, so I think it's like feet is from going +1 to +2 is 6 cards. So I believe it's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on the piece. Body piece being obviously the most for 10, and then I'm not gonna remember exactly. And then going backwards. So then from going +2 to +3 Eek. Hold on. Explain in a second when I'm not. Oh, and I Peepee's tapped too, so no, I don't think I'm just screwed now. Where is Segan? What the? Why did Segan not go off? I'm dead anyway. Maybe not, but... Oh. So I'm like, why am I missing so much? Because I don't have food. Dang, I can't believe I actually am gonna survive this. Alright, so now, what was I even talking about before? Oh, so how many cards? Right. So like I said, so for the tier 1s, it's like, or from going from +1 to +2, it's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on the piece. For +2 to +3, the body piece is 50. I think the legs are 45. And basically it goes down. So then 45, 40, 35, and 30. So, like, to upgrade the body piece from +1 to +3, you need 60 cards. Plus, you also need whatever it is from, you'll need a scale from an Omen boss, so you'll have to clear an Omen boss. Plus you'll need other various items that you can buy off the auction house. But, also I think, what is it, for the +1 to +2, you need a Unity NM item, but they're particularly easy Unity NMs for those. I got, what, the Transcendent? What is going on? Oof. Man. So, really? Doesn't matter a minute anyway. Kill another one real quick? Probably not, but no reason not to try. No, there's no way. Skill chain isn't going to take it down that quick. Alright. Take a real quick bathroom break and then, you know, continue and use my last canteen. All right. Do find it absolutely amazing considering it's literally, it tells you, it's like, this is 139 content. No, it's mainly pointing to the bosses. But apparently you can go in and card farm at 118. Alright. Alright, I'll transcend it. That's good. There's the tiger. Oh, I see him there. Back. We can actually probably sneak around and snag him now. We recommend, if you are trying to do this early, is have something to actually range attack. Oh. It's me having to aggro pull and jump pull is not optimal in any way, shape, or form. Definitely adds a whole new challenge to this. So yeah, can't remember if you're still tuned in. So like right now, what is it? You need to do 3 weapon skills, and that'll complete the objective that contributes towards cards. Although something to be aware of, like different things. So I need 3 crits, 3 physical, and 2,000 damage in 1 round of auto attacks. Just so you're aware, like, pretty much any job that's very well geared can hit the 2,000, or any melee job can hit the 2,000 auto attacks, because it's all in what happens in 1 round of attack. So it's like, if you triple attack, and each triple attack is 700 damage, there's your 2,000. So there's a lot of weird nuances on how it works, because like the 30,000 damage, you can actually do that on a skill chain. So if someone opens a skill chain for you on a Transcendent mob, and then you weapon skill, and then you do 15,000 damage, which isn't terribly hard to do for a well-geared DD, and then you get 15,000 on the skill chain, that's a total of 30,000 damage in 1 weapon skill. That would count and give you the objective. The only thing about it is you need to do the 30,000 health, or you need to do 30,000 damage. So the mob has 29,999 health. You're not getting it. So you can only complete that objective on Transcendence. Just something to be aware of for completing objectives. The other thing about objectives is, so it's like 3 weapon skills for me, but that's because I'm solo. If we had 2 people in here, it would be do 6 weapon skills. I think most of that stuff caps out around like 18. So if you had a full alliance, it would just be do like 18 physical weapon skills and stuff. Nice. There's the Transcendent. Happen to aggro. We're just gonna go off. Pull you back just so I don't get any other aggro. And we're just gonna go up in case we happen to get like an all floor. That'll pretty much guarantee clearing unless somehow die. Where's your magic burst? Really? Really? Tiger took way longer than it should have. Oh. Alright. Free floor. Oh, and also for objectives, like this, what is it? The skill chain? So how many people you have, it only goes up to 6. That is actually like a step skill chain. Not like do 6 weapons, like, so if you had a full alliance, it would be do like 6 weapon skills. They don't mean, or I mean 6 skill chains. They don't mean do 6 separate skill chains. You need to actually do a 6-step skill chain. Which isn't easy to do. If you're doing it solo though, it's not a big deal because literally any skill chain will clear. So. Getting a decent amount of these crystals. So yeah, it's definitely feasible to do this at 118. Not easy. It's going to be somewhat luck-based also, because if you just get the wrong set of objectives, you're not going to clear. You get some aggro, you're going to get wrecked. You are already out. Already out in. How many cards do I get per run? I mean, it depends. So if I'm on a job where I'm able to literally full clear, pretty much almost every time unless something crazy happens and I wipe, and I full clear the mobs, I get anywhere between, say, 3 to 5, depending on, again, objectives, since it's objective-based, and sometimes you can get an extra one. Also, how it works is, I believe that you need to complete 5 objectives, and you'll get a card, but the thing about it is, it, like, accumulates. So it's possible I could have, say, you need 5 points for a card. I could have 4 points for a card, and then enter a run, so then the very first objective I get, I'm getting a card. So it's likely when I'm getting 5 cards, something like that is happening. So that way it's making it a little easier. Plus, if I'm on, like, my war, when I was, like, farming this all the time on war, was, like, hitting almost every objective except for, like, the, or I was capable and hit most objectives. Hold on. So I don't die here. So, yeah, so my warrior was capable of hitting every single objective except for, of course, the, one where you need to do a 15,000, magic damage without, magic bursting, and obviously I'm not hitting the 30,000 magic burst. Like that's just not happening, because obviously I'm on a melee job and trusts are not getting buffed anywhere near. That would be an interesting thing to do, is like come in on like Geo and possibly even bring like a Corsair. Can you get your trusts to hit that? That would be another interesting thing to test. But like my war could hit the 30,000 damage by itself, typically trying to force a skill chain. I could even hit it without a skill chain if I was using the shining one. Especially if I did it on something that was weak to piercing. So I mean, how many cards you're gonna get is gonna depend on, you know, just how good you are and that you can make sure you hit the objectives. Sometimes it's hard too, like in these first 3 rooms when you only have like 3 minutes, depending on what the objectives are, it can sometimes be difficult to say like get the cured 10 times. You can try and help force that if you had like gear that's gonna like push you up into yellow HP that's more than 500 and force your trust to heal, and then drop your HP back down and force it up. So you can help hit it that way, but it is still somewhat time consuming doing it, and it's still not always easy to hit it. Just as an example, but I've definitely had a couple runs where I hit like every single objective solo except for like 3, and that's full clearing. And again, that's going to be like one of those runs where you're getting the most cards. And it's also, you can get even more cards than that if the campaign's going. Like next month, there is a Omen job card campaign going. So, you know, you'll get even more cards doing Omen during that point, so. The thing about Omen is, I like doing Omen because basically Omen is my moneymaker at this point. At least on Asura, I am selling these crystals for 250k each, typically. That's a little high. Like, the average seems to be right now between 230 and 240. It was like about 250, but then the last time we had that card event, I got a huge influx of them on the server, and the price dropped. But they still sell for 250 from me occasionally, especially on the weekend. I just need to be patient. But so yeah, so just going off of that, as bad as, you know, having basically 2 runs where I didn't even get to the 3rd room, I've got 9 already, so if I get 10, that's, you know, 2.5 million right there, just in this little time I've been doing it. And... whew. So basically, when I go into Omen, the main reasons I do it is mainly for the money. It's like, and then cards are just a bonus on top of it. And when I actually go and farm, and I'm doing it on Thief, and make sure I'm hitting a Treasure Hunter 8 on all the mobs, I'm probably averaging 13, 14 per run. So it's like, if I do really well, I mean, I could very possibly end up from 60 from burning all 4 canteens if I'm stocked to that point. Not to mention, it's really good XP, which contributes, what is it, towards, if you have the one thing, so the pot bonus, or the pot buff I have, this thing, so that converts merit, so that would be, you know, that's helping to work towards a, or so the XP is working towards getting, was it a shiny weapon, so you can use to get, like, upgrade Ambuscade weapon to its final form. You're getting good CP, and then cards. So it's like, there's lots of reasons to do it. I honestly think unless you're doing, like, Omen bosses, you really should be trying to solo it because of all those things. Because if you're with a group, especially more people than an alliance, you're not getting the good CP that you would be getting. You're not getting the good XP that's going to contribute towards that. The crystals, any that drop, are going to be split between people unless you happen to be with a group that, like, because people are lotting certain things. I've seen groups where someone will basically, that's what they're lotting, is essentially they get all the crystals, but it's like, again, you're still not getting the XP and CP, and then you're not doing it for another thing. You know, you're not getting any other drops then at that point. And then, you know, obviously you can get better card drops if you're going with a group that's making sure they're set up to hit every objective, and that's great and all, but again, like I said, I think the benefits are better elsewhere because you're just making ridiculous gil. I mean, basically, I farmed up pretty much all the accessories that I want at this point, and just recently finished. I really want it because I want to start doing some mage jobs soon, working on that. I got 2 of these things, and these are like 30 mil each. I got the kill this one and then go up. I got, what is it? I got a moonlight cape, got a moonlight ring. The moonlight ring was like 30 mil. So it was like, it was a lot of money, but honestly it went relatively fast just soloing Omen and making my money that way. So like I said, my recommendation is always soloing Omen unless you're going and doing Omen bosses. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely say it's significantly more difficult to get content done on Asura at this point. A year ago, I would have been like, I don't know why you're having a problem. It's easy enough to get pickup groups. But at this point in the game, especially being a new player and the lack of like content shouts, and especially since also just some of the stuff that people want for content is absolutely absurd. Like, I was seeing someone shouting for, what is it? For difficult ambuscades, and not even very difficult, and they were requiring that you have an R15 Rima job, and it's like, well, this isn't good. I'm like, really? Like, I mean, I didn't have any desire to join the group. I'm pretty much done ambuscades for the month anyway, but I'm like, Are you serious? You need an R15 DD for D when the R15 stuff wasn't even in the game when this ambuscade was out before. Because this is a repeat of ambuscade before, and it's not... The difficulty hasn't even increased. It's the same difficulty that it was at before, so it's like, I kind of laugh at these people. I'm like, do you just suck that bad that you're trying to get a pickup person that's going to carry you through it? I just kind of find it sad when it's like you have that kind of stuff going on too. Heck, I mean, I even remember was recently joined an ambuscade group, and like, so I joined on war, and they wanted me to tank, which was no problem. I was like, I told them before, I was like, yes, I've tanked this one successfully already. And then he's like, well, what sub are you? Well, what weapon are you using? Well, what gear do you have? And this turned that. I ended up just disbanding. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna freaking try and micromanage this to the point when I told you I've already done this content and done in the exact role and cleared many times, and now you're gonna freaking try and micromanage me? I'm like, I don't even want to be in your party. I didn't resummon Kukupi again. It's just the absurdity that it's gotten to at this point. And the thing about it is, you don't even know if people are even that skilled, considering, at least on Asura. Because people can have ridiculous gear because they just buy it with their money. And it doesn't even mean they know how to play, play the job. But anyway, enough with me ranting about that. I'm not sure what you're asking by what assistance. Ooh, who did, well, again, what NMs are we talking about? I mean, in terms of it, I mean, I don't mind if it's like content where you're required to, be in a group and join up and do stuff. But if it's something that you can, like, I feel easily manage yourself, I kind of live by the mentality, teach a man to fish rather than give a man a fish. By, which is kind of the point in, like, this this content that I'm doing right now. By doing this, I'm showing that it's possible to be doing it in really crappy gear. So you could start farming cards, and in theory, on your own, at least getting AF to +2. I know I've had people ask, and I've made the mistake of saying, oh, sure, I'll like help when they want to actually leech, and I'm not personally okay with that, because again, by just doing content for someone, and I'm not saying that's what you were asking, just saying in general, by doing content for someone, you're empowering them to not do things. And like I said, I like living by the whole thing is, you know, teach a man to fish rather than give a man a fish, because that way he's empowered to do it himself, and you're just better off in life that way. They can be soloed. The Calmberry is substantially easier to solo than Kist. Kist is an absolute royal pain in the ass. And the only jobs that I know that can really solo it are either Scholar or Summoner, and they would both have to be ridiculously geared to solo it. So yeah, I mean, I can help you with Kist at some point. He is a royal pain in the ass. As for the Calmberry, he's soloable too, but he's hard. You basically need to be able to solo him, you need to have something that can do AoE damage. Because as soon as he puts up shadows, you need to do AoE damage and hit all the shadows that pop, like all the adds, and then that'll wipe all the shadows, and then it'll stagger him. Other than that, he's not terribly hard. He's still not easy. All the tier 1s are a challenge in Rising G-Man, because they're technically, what is it, I think 129 content. So you do need to be decently geared to handle it. But they're all definitely soloable. I've soloed them all. But again, that's on my main that's, you know, like has like Master Nirvana and, you know, lots of other jobs that are mastered with all kinds of different things. But yeah, they're definitely a challenge. That's the thing, like, almost everything can be soloed except for, what is it, I would say Omen bosses. Well, I've actually seen videos of Omen bosses being soloed, but that's absurd, and that's, like, that not everyone can do that. I don't even care if you have the same gear and equipment as someone else. It takes a lot more than just that to be able to get to an Omen boss solo, much less then solo it. I've tried taking the mid-bosses and still struggled. I've yet to take one of those solo. I would like to get back to trying that at some point. Trying to think what else. Obviously all the tier 4s, you can't really solo. You can't honestly, well, depending on how you put it, you can't really solo, like I said, tier 4s or Kirin or Warden of Courage, unless you're talking about using a brew, but that doesn't even really count anyway, because that wouldn't work towards if you were trying to solo an Aeonic, which you can't really do. It's definitely possible to solo everything else in terms of stuff for Aeonic. I might be dying. Speaking of which, who died? Oh, the tank. Yeah, sometimes it is luck-based, too. That is the thing. If you just get a... Sometimes you can do everything right, and if you get a bad string of TP moves off the mobs, that can definitely cause a problem. But I also, like, in terms of what, yeah, what's not soloable, like I said, tier 4s, and Rising Jima, Kieran and, what's it called? Kieran, Warden of Courage, Omen bosses, but like I said, they're kind of like an asterisk that the potential's there, but it's not likely. I'm trying to think what else. Obviously, Dynamis Divergence, but then again, you can't even enter that solo. I mean, in theory, you could have people enter it and then solo. Then they can just leave and do it solo, but that's not efficient because you're wasting their timers. And I mean, you could technically solo some of Dynamis, but you're not soloing any bosses there. Trying to think what other content would not technically be soloable. I mean, that may be it. Everything else is still, like I said, technically be able to. At least I think. I can't really think of any other content that really would be out of the reach of being potentially soloed. But again, to do that, you're talking a top-end job, you know, master, having full job points, all that hoopla. Alright, since in the interest of time, weak, we are going to go ahead and skip the Mandies because sleep and double attack really suck. Yes, Twitch comments are coming through. Sorry, I haven't been looking. I'm having multiple chats. Well, I'm glad that, you know, me now being simulcast is making it easier. It can sometimes be hard for me to try and see chat from both things and monitor the stream. So, because I wasn't getting many comments on Twitch, I didn't have the thing pulled up that's showing all comments. So I apologize for that. The comments are coming through. I just, you know, didn't have it pulled up on my screen. So my apologies for missing your comments. But they are going through. And again, this is only the second time I've technically streamed on Twitch at this point. At least in recent history. I streamed on it way back in the day. I think that was even on a different account. So, you know, this whole simulcast thing is, you know, new to me. So yeah, after this, because it's seeing you can definitely manage to make progress on card farming, just even out of the gate hitting 99, which is a gear you can easily get just getting to 118, but definitely recommend going higher than that. So the only thing next that I would want to see is how low tier of a gear could I do to full clear. I think I would have to be to the point where I'm in like ambuscade +1 gear. I definitely think I could potentially full clear in just +1 gear, which honestly isn't even that hard to obtain. You can get all that literally in 1 month. As long as you can get like a decent group. So that way you can spam all it out. Really? Oh well. Sadly, that's it, folks. Let's see how we ended up doing all in all. I mean, so only one run where we full cleared on time, but we did get to the last run. I think the campaigns for August are really good. My plan is, and I talk about it in the campaign video, which is going to be coming out in the next couple of days, that talks about all the campaign stuff. I'm going to get all jobs on her to level 99. It's going to be my goal anyway, during the campaigns for the month, since the XP campaign's going on. So let's see, how many... Best way to look is through jobs. So I need to do... So, I was talking about this earlier. So Monk, White Mage. White Mage is at 50. Dark Knight is at 50. Beastmaster, Ranger... So I think it was 7. Summoner and Puppet Master. Yeah, so 7 jobs. So my plan is to get all those to 99. And the big reason I want to do that is I haven't really been doing things for the channel with mages just because space has been an issue. Like, I pretty much have my entire 4th wardrobe filled up with stuff that is not level 99. So the thing about it is, I can clear all this out, move it to another mule or something, and then that frees all that space up for mage stuff. Can move like a lot of this stuff out. This is just like utility crappy 119. I can move that into like, I believe this. See, and this is even more stuff that I've been using for leveling and just stuff I can move off for space. Can move all that stuff that's not really used in there and just pull it out when I need it, and that way I would have, you know, can actually much more easily function doing mage jobs. So that's my plan, is to get all jobs to 99, then there's really no point in me holding on to this lower level gear on her. I mean, I'll probably hold on to like this stuff just for when I'm doing like this for testing purposes to see, you know, how low I can go, but yeah. So I'm definitely happy about that. So I should be able to get all jobs to 99. So it's really, it's 7 jobs, but it's really 6 because I have 2 of them already. Yeah, see, Dark Knight's 55 and White Mage is 50. And then Monk being 13. And then I need to unlock the rest of the jobs. So, yeah, that's my plan, is to get all jobs to 99. And then I can start going through and doing some of the mage stuff that I've really wanted to do. I've had Geo sitting there for a while. And I've wanted to start getting Geo, like, set up on her. And, again, just haven't because of space and stuff. But, yeah. It'll be easier. I think at that point, once I have the space and everything cleared out, I'll start making job guides. You know, I've been saying that for a while. I know I had, like, I think was it my ward job guide at this point was pretty much finished. I think there's a couple more things to do on it, but I will need to go through the rest of them. But yeah, so let's see, what even time is it? Yep, it's almost time for me to go to sleep anyway. I can't wait till I finish all the work that I have down on the Eastern Shore where I'm currently working, and I come back locally so I'm not driving 3 hours a day for work. I basically have done that. I have live streams that have reposted on my channel that do show it. I can typically do it if I'm constantly rotating out XP bands and pretty much keeping an XP band going full time in probably about 4 hours. Again, but that's being completely prepped and going through. I think in about 4 hours time I've gone from level 1 to level 99. Like I said, just rotating out XP bands, but that's also during the campaign. So yeah, I think pretty much every job that I think every job has been streamed and is up on my YouTube channel as a restream at some point. I believe every job has so far. Actually, some of it, I think some of the jobs that I leveled to 50 I didn't stream, but I think everything from at least 50 to 99 or from 1 to 99 is on there. So there's always that to refer to. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm gonna wrap things up since I need to get ready and go to bed. It's probably gonna be at the schedule where I'm at now, where I'm streaming at 7 and stopping this early for probably about 2 more months, unless I happen to find another job that's gonna at least pay at the same rate that I'm currently getting. And then obviously because I am kind of casually looking, not actively looking, because I am working, and it takes a lot anyway. We're 12 to 13 hour days with drive time is kind of brutal and kind of kills your schedule. So yeah, so I'll be happy once that's done, and I'll start stepping up streaming again and go back to my normal schedule. Oh look, Mog tablets are available. If you want any Mog tablets on Asura, start, I guess, looking. I guess it recently reset. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to go hit the sack, but thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel, and as always, may you have success in all you do.